Marty Grace is a dynamic entrepreneur, author, and creative force with a passion for empowering others from Brooklyn, New York. And I've known him for many years, and I've watched his talent. As a multifaceted talent, Marty has authored several books, designed innovative clothing lines, and successfully launched multiple businesses. Known for his dedication to education and to mentorship, he teaches people the principles of business and financial empowerment. He's also the visionary behind Black Currency, a groundbreaking crowdfunding campaign aimed at building economic opportunities within the underserved community. His latest creative endeavor, the Urban Christmas Song, which you will hear at the end of this program, A Merry, Merry Christmas, is a collaboration with C. Flizzy, and it showcases his ability to inspire joy and movement through music. Marty Grace continues to leave an indelible mark in every field he touches, which is driven by his commitment to creativity, empowerment, and community upliftment. Welcome to the show, Marty.
Hey, what's going on, Miss Pat?
You are talking to the Tri-State. Thank you so much for joining me during my last show of the year. So as mentioned, you are and have been and continue to be an entrepreneur, an innovative person.
That's true.
Yeah. So share with the Tri-State some of the things that inspired you to become an entrepreneur.
I think it's just a lack of everything.
Yeah.
You know, I'm the type of person, I see things that are needed and I'm like, wow, you know what? I can make this and I can do this and I can do that. So because there's so much of a lack, you know, I'm like, yeah, I just want to do everything.
Right.
Like I got my hands in a whole bunch of stuff. I'm designing this and creating this, you know, like I never forget when I met Angie Stone. She was so fascinated by just the fact that I had Brooklyn sneakers and stuff.
Yeah.
She was like, oh man, I got to hook up with you because I want to get some stuff made. I was like, Angie, I could put your name on a toilet seat.
Gosh.
She was like, you can really do that? I said, yes, Angie, whatever you want, I could get it done.
Wow.
But then she never called me back. Sorry, Angie.
Yeah. And so you design clothing, sneakers, glasses. You're a author. You do everything. So where did this design element come from? Because everybody doesn't have that.
That's true. I think it's from when I was growing up, you know, trying to keep myself busy. You know, my mom, you know, she was, you know, had a little problems and stuff. My dad definitely wasn't around. And I just wanted to keep myself busy. And I tried to, you know, put myself into things that wasn't too hard for me to create because even though I'm a good designer, I create things, I can't physically sit there and put a Lego set together.
Right.
Like it'll drive me crazy. But I could design something that people would wear and people would love and, you know, all that stuff like that. So I think it's just trying to stay busy is really what kept me inspired. And then as people started purchasing the things that I was making, that really just made me go crazy, right? You know, after that.
Yeah. And so you've been doing an entrepreneur thing before they've been really touting the word entrepreneur.
Let me tell you how deep this is. Growing up in church, I was the first person from the Christian sect to have Jesus sneakers.
Wow.
I mean, I had a clothing line called Testimony Wear, and I had everything sold out to Jesus Christ sneakers, and nobody else was doing that.
Wow.
You know, which was everybody just commending me for it. But you know, I went to China. I got on a plane. $1,200 round trip, stayed in a beautiful hotel, never knew how to speak Chinese, didn't know anybody over there. I just got on a plane and just went there. And I made tons of connections when I got there.
So Tri-State, what you're hearing is someone who's not afraid who believes in himself, right? Believes in the vision and then just goes for it. Yeah. And so let's just go back to talking about going to China because that was done. You did that years ago.
1998. First time.
Yeah. And you've made fruitful connections and it's helped you to expand your business.
Yes.
And so when you went out there, first of all, his energy, Tri-State, if you can hear it.
I know. My hands are moving. I'm excited. Man.
Yeah. So like his energy has been consistent for years. I have not seen Marty Grace for a long time, but his energy and his level of engagement has been consistent. So what was that like when you went out there or just in general, when you're building new relationships and trying to pitch your business? Like, What's important for entrepreneurs who are trying to figure this out? Because a lot of people are trying to move away from the 9 to 5 and really hone into their particular passion and skill. But what do they need to know on what's important about being an entrepreneur, business person?
Well, first you need to really know, what do you want to do? You know, most people don't understand their vision. They don't know what their passion is. But I tell people, what do you like? You know, your passion is based around what you like to do. You know, if you like to cook, you know, I teach people how to take your cooking skills and make a business from it. You know, the book I wrote, one of them, The Power of the Word Free. In that book, I teach people, you can't get a person to support your product or purchase what you have if you don't give it away for free in the beginning, because they have to have something that they can try and then they can agree on and believe in. And then they could tell other people about it. So if you don't do that, then you're basically beating against a wall and you drive yourself crazy doing that.
And I think also is what you said is important, because I think what happens now is when people create and sell stuff, they put it at market and cost, and they expect you just to sell it based on the color of the packaging. But in order, you have to like create a desire, create a taste for it, and say, here, try my product, read my book, meet me, right? And then they'll start to follow. So this is marketing and building your audience.
Yes, definitely.
I also know, and I remember, you were the kind of entrepreneur that you would create shirts and have printing presses in your home.
Yes, in my living room.
Tell the Tri-State, like, your level of innovative thinking and hands-on is incredible.
Well, I used to work for the post office. I did 22 years in the post office. In 2009, I resigned. And it took a big step of faith, you know what I'm saying, to do that. But I believed in myself. I had a really hard time when I resigned because I had challenges. I had a fire in my house. All the equipment that I had, I had a studio. I had all the equipment to make T-shirts in the basement, and my basement caught a fire. And it just devastated me. And I really believed that God had told me to quit my job. And when that happened, I had to question God, like, did you really tell me? What was I supposed to do? And everybody kept saying you should go back to work, because I was a single dad. I only had 2 sons. And I said, no, I'm just going to continue to trust God and believe this, that, and the other. And everything worked out, you know, like I got support from a bunch of people. My basement never got fixed, you know, until a year later. But I moved all the equipment from the basement to the first floor. And since it was just me and my 2 sons, they was upstairs, I just converted my whole living room into a workshop, you know. And from there, everything went forward. And that year, actually, the first year I resigned from the post office, I did $150,000 in sales just selling T-shirts and hoodies.
Amazing. Tri-State, are you inspired? Because this is an entrepreneur that has been doing this for multiple years.
Since 2002.
2002. So that is literally like 23 years. That's incredible.
That is, yeah.
Let's talk about how you moved into the space of becoming an author.
Again, there wasn't something that I woke up and said, you know what, I want to write a book. I've been writing and doodling for so long. And then, you know, this year, I said, you know what? I got these connections overseas. I might as well take advantage of them. And I had a little situation with my family. So I stayed out for a little while, for a couple of months. And while I was out, you know, I'm the type of person that I don't like to waste time. So every minute of every day I have to be doing something constructive.
You like me, Marty.
Yes. And so those months that I was out, 2 months, I wrote 2 books. I did a book a month. So I did The Opportunity Doesn't Knock, which you're in.
Oh, wow.
Yes, I put you in our experience when I met you at the other radio station. And then I did The Power of the Word Free. And at the end of the time when I went back home, I had started writing Let's Talk Customer Service, which is a book to talk about, you know, businesses, how they treat the customers, and so forth like that. And so, like I said, it wasn't something that I just was like, oh, I want to be an author. I just love doing different things. I love tapping every market, showing people that you can be diverse. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong with you being an author, being a rapper, being this, but be something. Be something constructive.
And so you're such a positive role model. There, you know, in the Tri-State and many communities, there's a big public safety problem.
Right. There is. Yes.
Our young adults and young people sometimes don't have good role models of excellence to look up to and to experience.
That's true, yeah.
You are a Black man from your community
Yep.
that leaned into the things that you've liked, and you've built entrepreneurial, like you're in every avenue. You're printing, you're a publisher, you're creating music, you're doing economic empowerment.
Yeah.
So talk to the young adults right now that may be listening on how to stay focused and when they're feeling challenged or can't see hope or positivity.
Well, to the young people, you definitely have to have a will to be molded. Most young people, they don't want to listen to what we have to say because we're not lit or whatever the words that they use today.
Right.
So you really have to be willing to listen. If you're not willing to listen, you're really going to have no direction to go to in life, because somebody that's been down that path before, that's trying to give you constructive criticism and direction on where to go, you need to listen to that person because, you can attest to this.
Yeah.
We regret some of the things that our parents told us growing up.
Yes.
And then we're adults now and we go, Dad, my mom told me don't do such and such.
Yes.
And I did it anyway.
That's
and
right.
and I got hurt or I got burned and I learned, you know. So you definitely have to have a willing heart and a willing mind to listen to someone older than you and trying to give you constructive advice.
Right.
Second, I tell them be humble.
Yeah.
Because you definitely don't know nothing because you're growing up.
That's right.
You don't know anything. If we're willing to take the time out to teach you the things that we know and to try to help you become better at it, so you could become more successful than we are, then you need to be close to that person and stick to that person.
That's correct. But also, Marty, I think it's important that you share with them, like when you started, you didn't have a whole bunch of resources.
No.
You didn't have people throwing money at you.
No.
Fancy this, fancy that. You leaned into, you was excited about life. You wanted to draw, you wanted to do something, you wanted to stay busy, and you leaned in. So talk to them about, how they get lost in technology and all of this, but there's some real craft and opportunities in sitting still and leaning into the things that are free that you can control.
I think you just said it.
Yeah. I think we need to go on the road. I think we need to go on the road, Tri-State.
That was a good one. You just said it right there.
I think I've been doing this maybe too long now.
Yes,
I'm asking a question and answering it at the same time. Okay.
That was a good one.
Oh God. But there's some validity into this, right?
It really is.
Our young people think that everything is
microwave.
Is microwaved and instantaneous.
Yes.
And there's some joy in sitting down and having a conversation and doing old school card games and things of that nature.
Yes.
Right?
It stimulates your mind,
Right.
It stimulates your mind. I have currently 69 businesses.
Wait.
I don't mean like businesses that I've incorporated. I only have 5 companies, but I have 69 businesses with business plans and business proposals, all multi-million dollars, just ready for
investors.
Ready for investors. They all ready to go. Like, I'll give you a perfect example. My family, we were doing karaoke, right? And I was looking at everybody and I'm sitting back and my brain is always going. And I said, you know what? This one is for free, y'all. I said, wait, did anybody ever do a karaoke game? So I Google it and I look and they have a karaoke board game, but it's whack. So I came up with an actual karaoke game that's a battle. And I put the whole game together. It's freaking dope. You can do it in a bar. You can do it in your house. You can do it in a holiday. It's a battle that your family, we battling each other. Then you get to switch people. I steal your person on your team, bring them on my team. It's a whole thing.
You just gave the try. Somebody's out there.
That's why I said this is free.
This is free. But here's the thing: you can share the idea, but doesn't mean they're going to execute
exactly.
it. Right?
And most of the time they don't.
They don't. So now all we need is some investors for these business plans. That's
how my brain is, though. Just consistently, I see stuff. I'm like, wow, did anybody do that? No, they didn't do that yet. Boom, I'm going.
Now, how is it out there in terms of like getting people to invest in your business? Because I think this is another part: access to capital, entrepreneurs, finding people to believe in their ideas and to fund them. How has that journey been for you?
That journey's been cool, but it's been a little crazy because me, I'm all over the place.
Okay.
So sometimes they'll say, Marty, we have to focus on one thing, but it's so hard to do that though.
Okay.
When your brain is consistently moving and you see so many gaps and things missing, you just want to do everything. And then especially when you have access to get things done.
Right.
It's like, it's really hard. But if you get somebody to believe in your concept, once your concept is there and they can see the vision of it, pretty much they'll give you some money toward it if you give them a good return on it.
Yeah. And so you go in and the upswing, I also want you to share with the Tri-State, because creating an idea and creating a product or a service, if you don't believe in it and you can't pitch it right, then the other folks are not going to believe in it. So how important is it for you to show up?
Very, very important. I mean, that's the most important thing.
Yeah.
If they don't see your excitement in what you have, then you might as well not even do it.
Yeah.
It's a waste of time.
Yeah. You're a person that reminds me of like no crumbs left on the table.
Oh, definitely not.
I always tell people, y'all better go ahead in there and eat before I come. Because when I come, and this is in reference to business, there will be no crumbs left on this table. You will be hungry.
The closer, you know. I go last. I'm the closer.
Closer, right? But so the energy that you have, like when I would imagine that going through this entrepreneurial, there's successes and there's failures. How do you balance? Because there are people that are doing this that they may have put a long time into it and it's failing. How do you balance kind of the resilience of getting back up and saying, you know what, let me try again?
Well, in my life, there is no failures. There are only obstacles. And every obstacle is meant to be jumped over. You just have to exercise and get yourself prepared to overcome the hurdle.
Y'all heard that, Tri-State?
So that's how I see everything in life. So I never look at something and say, you know what, I can't get over that. I look at it and say, how can I get over it? I'll give you a little quick story. I went to a business seminar in Harlem. Now, I had nothing to do with the seminar. I wasn't on the panel to speak. They had all these millionaires up there speaking and doing all this stuff, right? So I get up to the front, to the podium, and the lady says, and, you know, people got questions, come ask a question. So when I went up to the front, I noticed everybody that went up to the front was doing the same thing. They were all asking questions about how to be rich, how to be a millionaire. When I went up to the front, I took $100 bill out of my pocket and I gave it. I said, I'm taking this $100 and I'm giving back to the person that put this seminar together. And I put the $100 on the stage. When I tell you everybody in that place went crazy, you would have thought it was church service.
Wow.
Everybody went crazy. The lady on the stage started running around. Da-da-da-da. Then after about 15 minutes of everybody getting excited, she took the microphone and she said, now this is what business is about. It's not about you just coming here asking us, but what are you sewing back into us?
Right.
And that's how I see business.
Right.
So that's why I have no failures. It's just obstacles.
Wow.
And I look at everything in my life and everything I see as, how do I get over it? How can I do something different than what everybody else is doing?
Yeah.
I pay attention to stuff like that. I work the room. And that's why I tell you all the time, you know, when you have access to people, listen, they will come run to you and they will bow at your feet. Mm-hmm. All you have to do is find out how to work the room.
Yeah.
And once you work the room, girl, it's over.
Yeah. Have you considered doing any kind of like courses to teach people on entrepreneur? Would that be something that you would be willing to do?
Yes, I will. I actually currently have a t-shirt course that I have for $2,000. And this is a good thing. I'm not just teaching you how to do shirts and giving you all the information. I'm giving you 100 shirts, 100 prints. I'm giving you a print machine.
Oh, wow.
I'm giving you 30 days coaching. So I'm not just, and I'm giving you actually more than what you're paying me for.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's a good way for them to start.
Yeah, and it's a good way for them to start,
Yeah.
So I'm giving you the crumbs, like you said, for you to get everything going. But that's my goal is to start going out now and doing seminars.
There's some benefits to that.
Yeah, I got my website now. It should be finished by next week. It's called Marty Gray Speaks. So I got my books on there. I have some of the clips from some of the seminars I've done and stuff like that. But it's time though.
It's time. It's definitely time. Give the Tri-State that website again. It will be ready in about a week.
Yeah,
what's that website?
Next Friday. Yep. Marty Grace Speaks.
Marty Gray Speaks. So listen, Tri-State, I want you to engage. This is somebody that has been doing this since the early 2000s, music, books, innovative. You've done glasses, you've done colognes.
Yes, I got cologne. Yeah, I got like 5 different fragrances.
Tell me a little bit about how you got into that space and what that was about, because there are a lot of people that are doing products and oils and things like that.
Mm-hmm. Being around stink people, girl.
Oh, you know what?
Yes, being around. And one thing I learned about the cologne, it does not cover up funk. Let me tell you. But,
all right, Tri-State, this is my year
stuff is
show.
legit. It's not just oil. See, again, when it's business, when it's Marty Grace, I'm going to teach you what you need to know. Like, for example, right? People call me and say, Marty, I made a design. How can I patent it or trademark it? I tell them, listen, you don't have to actually trademark it right now, because what if 5 months from now you don't want to use that design? Then you spent $300, $400 for nothing. Right. So what you do is they have a bootleg trademark that if you take something, if you email it to yourself, or if you put it on
similar to
Facebook,
like the old school,
right,
like copywriting,
with the letter.
Right?
But this is actually better because you can't change the date of an email. The reason why they changed the thing when you mail out is from Michael Jackson with Billie Jean. The guy in the post office, he took the letter that had Billie Jean's lyrics in it and he backdated the date on the machine. Because in the post office, you was able to do that. But now you can't do that anymore. But if you email something or you put it on social media, that's a sure way. Because trademark is just basically the judge just wants to know who did it first. Yeah. And if you can prove I did it first, look, I emailed it to myself 2 years ago. Mm-hmm. That's basically what trademark is.
Would you discourage, though, them going the formal trademarking route?
No, they have to do it.
Right. Eventually, but you're just saying that
when you're just
initially
started,
to see if you're really vested in your own idea for that long period of time. Okay.
It's like when you create a product, you don't have to get it patented right away. You can get a patent pending. So you pay maybe like $100, $200 to get patent pending. It gives you up to a year so that you can shop your patent around, see if anybody want to buy it. Because if you spend $10,000 and nobody never picks it up, then you out $10,000.
Yeah. And so when you are reflecting for the year, and I tend to reflect, and it's time for me to do that. You look at everything you've done for the year. How do you set the bar for yourself for the new year?
It's funny, Pat. I really don't. I don't have any endings.
Guys, like, I don't know.
I don't have any.
My questions are being like, boom, they're being knocked down. I mean, that's great. This is great stuff.
Yeah, I just keep going. You know what I'm saying? I never look and say, what did I do this year that I got to do better next year? Yeah. Because I'm always doing better.
Yeah. You know what? I think it's a spiritual thing, too, because I haven't seen you in years. And when I saw you come in the studio this morning, I'm like, you haven't aged a bit.
Yeah, that's what everybody say. Yep.
You haven't aged. And I think that's an internal thing on how you think about life and how you wake up joyful and you're appreciative of life and you feel good. So it radiates and takes care of your body. I truly believe that.
It really does.
Wow. So let's shift into, you do music, too.
Mm-hmm, yes.
Let's talk about how you got into that, and let's talk about a little bit of the song, which we'll play at the end of the program.
Okay. Well, I started actually doing music in 1986. This is going to blow you away. So you remember the song The WAP?
Yes.
Okay, or the dance The WAP. So in 86, right, I made the first WAP song. It was called WAP It Up Y'all. If you go on YouTube, you'll see it. Or hear it rather. So I made WAP It Up Y'all. I was at the record company, Next Plateau Records, with Eddie O. It was Salt and Pepper and Dana Dane. They were there. So I played the song to Eddie O. Eddie O loves the song. The dance just came out. So he said, we're going to sign you next Friday, because it was on a Friday. He said, hold on for a second. He leaves the room. He comes back with Salt and Pepper and Dana Dane.
Wow.
He plays it for them. And they said, wow, we like that. So everything was good. Eddie O said, I'll see you next Friday. Come sign the contract. That week, maybe like Tuesday or Wednesday, I hear Mr. Magic, and I hear another WAP song on the radio with B Fats, WAP It. And I go crazy. So I called the radio station, and I didn't get through, obviously, but the next morning I called Eddie O. I said, you stole my song. You stole my song. He was like, we didn't steal anything.
But you had already laid your foundation.
But I laid my foundation.
But you just kept moving it through, right? Things in the industry tend to happen.
Yes. So I didn't I still put the song out. Mr. Magic played it for me.
Oh, good.
And but then after that, I got born again, and then I started doing gospel rap.
Good.
From there, I just picked it up. So I was blessed to have a longevity in my music career.
Film in the future?
Oh, my documentary will be out. I think January. They said it's coming out.
Is that already done?
Yes, it's finished already. All the guys doing editing it. And it's about me with the post office, with my fight to be the first African American, actually the first minority to design the uniforms for the post office. So that's been the challenge with that. But I will be the first minority. So I'm still looking forward. I'm still believing God that that's going to happen.
Yeah. And so this documentary is just in reference to your entire journey.
Yes, a little bit of everything.
So you've done film, music, creating, author, entrepreneur. Yeah. Now you're doing something in reference to economic development. Tell us about that project.
Yes. So in 2020, during the pandemic, I sat back and I saw how minorities were like really being slighted. And I said, okay, I want to put something together structural for minorities that we really, really could win. So I put together Black Currency, a financial empowerment company. And so with Black Currency, what I want to do is tech is the most important thing right now.
Yeah. Like
crazy with tech. So I want to do tech. I want to do real estate. I want to do banking. I've created a Black Currency credit card. I mean, just anything involved with making money, I want us to do it.
Yeah.
You know, so next month, everything goes well, I'll be getting the crowdfunding going together and start promoting that. Because when I first did it in 2021, I had 400 people ready to invest $1,000, but I couldn't do anything yet because I didn't get my paperwork together with the SEC.
And that's the most important part is that, you know, when we do these ventures is that our community are trusting us to manage the business correctly. And, you know, we don't never want to be in these spaces, office spaces. So have you ever had anybody say, you do too much?
Oh, my wife.
And your response?
All the time.
And all the time we do too much.
I tell her, listen, when you met me, I was doing this. I'm not going to change now. You know, I'm like,
is she inspired by what you do?
No,
she kind of is understanding that when you're in the lab of Marty Grace, that the lab lights are on.
Let me tell you, when I did the Christmas song, and when y'all hear it, y'all going to be like, wow, that is really nice. My wife said, you still rapping?
My goodness. There's something about, you know, there's something about people that have a lot of you're highly ambitious. You've been highly ambitious. I'm the same way. And they said, well, when do you rest? When do you get tired? And I'm like, when you love what you do.
And that's the thing. When you're passionate, you don't stop.
And I think some of our passion comes from how we grew up. We see opportunity as true opportunity. And if we could just get the chance to do this, then we're going to take it and we're going to do it all the way and see it all the way through. And we're going to figure out other opportunities. And that's kind of similar to how I operate. So I have a lab too at home where it's like my lab is on. I'm doing 100 things. So final words for the Tri-State before we roll into your beautiful Merry Christmas song.
Listen, everybody, I just want you to stay blessed, stay encouraged, and remember, please remember this. God loves you no matter what.
Wonderful. And so if you heard it, you know that in about a week, Marty Grace Speaks will be live online, and you can go out and check out his multiple businesses, all of his products. A great individual, great energy, and kudos to you for surviving through all of these decades of transitional changes in the economy and keeping a high spirit of entrepreneurism and your creativity and not letting technology and the trends change your foundation.
Right. So we have to use what we have, the tools available to us.
Absolutely. I want you to introduce your song. So now they're about to hear.
Everyone, this is my new Christmas song, A Merry, Merry Christmas.
Wonderful. And before I roll this song, I want to wish everyone a wonderful and bountiful Happy New Year. Thank you for sticking with me this entire year and the years prior. We are going to continue this journey, and just listen, enjoy your holidays, be thankful, be grateful, smile a little bit, get some rest, and we'll do it again next week. So you know that you can follow me on Convos on the Block, and you know you can email me directly at patricia.robinson1@odyssey.com. Again, that's patricia.robinson1@odyssey.com. And I do hope you enjoyed this final program because it was a mix of amazing things. So thank you so much, and be well, my friends.
Daddy, it's Christmas. Can you sing me a song?
Sure, Denali. Sit right here. It's a happy times flow. It's Christmas time everywhere that I go. Sing and dance, let your heart be free. It's the spirit of joy with friends and family. A king was born, it's a party over here. Christ the King, it's a party over here. Decorate, celebrate, don't be late. It's a party for the king, come participate. Snowflakes falling, what beautiful snow. Hearts rejoicing, the city's aglow. The lights are twinkling on the Christmas tree. It's the gift of love that we receive free. Jesus was born as a gift to man to forgive our sin before sin began. So don't be shy, get on the dance floor. Let's celebrate Jesus, I'll be back with more. It's a happy holiday time of year. The Christmas season, all filled with cheer. Family and friends, they all are here. As we celebrate Jesus, just to make this clear. Deck the halls, but don't dare lose sight. The true meaning of the holiday, oh so bright. Christmas is here, so let's make this clear. The lights and gifts are not why we're here. Presents under the tree, the best gift was free. It's the love of God, is why he set us free. Santa's cool, but not the reason we're here. It's the love Christ gave, we hold so dear. Jesus is the reason for the holiday. Merry Christmas to all on his birthday. The gift of salvation, a joyous occasion. You and I, we are a blood relation. So gather around, feel the love in the air. Be safe, be blessed, that's my prayer. He's the Prince of Peace, the wonderful one. God's blessed gift, Jesus Christ the Son. It's a happy holiday time of year. The Christmas season, all filled with cheer. Family and friends, they all are here. As we celebrate Jesus, just to make this clear. Now raise your glass, it's a celebration. A Christmas party for God's Son. A blessed night, a night so bright. Family and friends, what a beautiful sight. The food is hot, the music is good, and G.O.D. is in the neighborhood. The table is set with your favorite food. A festive occasion to put you in the mood. Hark the angels, can you hear them sing? Joy to the world for Christ our King. And heaven and nature sing while we do our thing and celebrate Christ the King. The stars are fading, night turns to dawn. Our hearts so warm as the music plays on. Together may you cherish this Christmas year with love, peace, and joy, and a happy new year. It's a happy holiday time of year. The Christmas season, all filled with cheer. Family and friends, they all are here. As we celebrate Jesus, just to make this clear. It's a happy holiday time of year. The Christmas season, all filled with cheer. Family and friends, they all are here.